Okay, this is the east side of the detached structure. There's a garage and there's a living quarters upstairs with a window air conditioning unit up there, which is kind of, while we're talking about trees touching the building, tree touching the roof, fence next to the structure is conducive by design. It's an old shiplap. We got cracking and peeling paint. We got a little bit of distress, lots of repairs, but we've got debris and wood mulch and wood stored next to the structure. We got all this stuff over here and negative drainage. Now, if you'll notice how the window air conditioner tilts out, okay, that's so it will drain water out instead of inside the structure. But it drains it down to here, splashes on this ladder, for example, splashes on the ground. The ground's got negative drainage. Where does the water go? It goes down into the foundation right there. Coming over here, we can see that we got some repairs to our garage car entry vertical casement. Okay, so it's been rotting, and so what do we do? We just went back like we did to begin with. This is what happened originally. We got wood rot because capillary action. Wood is cellulose. It sucks the moisture up into up from the concrete and sucks it up in there and rots the wood. They replaced this once already. They're replacing it again. You'll keep replacing it. As long as that wood is next to the concrete, you're going to keep replacing it. Coming along, I haven't seen a window screen yet. This window up here looks like it's in pretty bad shape. Okay, so, you know, it's a pretty old house. The roof is definitely no spring chicken, okay, so we've got an aged roof here. Okay. This right here, while we're at it, that is the weather sensor. This is the main structure. This is the southeast corner of the main structure. That's the weather sensor for the lawn sprinkler system. We come over, there's two different ways to look at a structure. Well, there's plenty of ways to look at a structure, of course, but there's macro and micro, and that really confuses me because I have a little bit of a history, if you will, with photography. And so when I think of macro, I think it's smaller, but in terms of architecture, macro is looking at the entire structure and micro is looking at the parts, like that wood rot that I was showing you right over there. So looking at the building macro, it's tilting. The overall picture of the building, it's leaning west. This window faces north. These doors face north. This structure is moving. You can look at the corners and you can see how the garage doors are lining up, but the building is definitely listing. That's a nautical term. So I got cameras and boats in here, but all right. So coming on along. Now, this is kind of nice. They raise the edge over here and they put metal underneath there, probably to get a wood destroying insect report, you know, past it one time. We've got bushes next to the house. We got debris next to the house. We got rotten wood laying on the ground next to the house. We have that. We got a little more damage right in here and right in here around the, okay. What is that? That's kind of interesting. Oh, razor blades. How about that? We got a box of razor blades. Wood damage there, wood damage there, wood damage there. Okay, cracking and peeling paint. Again, on neither house did we see any window screens. And so far, I haven't noticed an articulate window. All the windows have been painted closed. Painted closed. So we're going to move on along. We'll come on out here for a little bit. We prowl out. Apparently there's been a survey. Apparently your house comes here. Apparently this gate goes to your property. Apparently you can squeeze right in here. You can tell by the tracks that you must have some kind of an agreement or an acceptable arrangement with the neighbor, because the trail definitely goes, actually it doesn't go too much further than that. I don't want to start any fights that don't need to be started. Stay on track, bud. We're talking about this house. So we come down here. We need some kick-out flashing right there. The siding is in direct contact with the roof covering. The siding's in direct contact with the roof covering, so what happens? Just like around the garage door, the wood absorbs the water off of the shingles. It goes up in there and causes all that wood rot. That's the way it happens. And then the back side's pretty boring. We got debris, we got foliage, we got high soil, but we don't have any like real, well, I never give up. We're looking for some architectural details. Again, we need kick-out flashing. Again, the siding is touching the roof covering.